Hello, loved ones. This is Matt Stevens, and I hope you're doing super fantastic. And I had recently recorded a video, and I was encouraging you to stay natural, stay in touch with nature. But the word nature itself it's got a lot of different meanings. And I feel like I don't know if that all of them relate, but I feel like we could really, maybe learn something from our use of the word nature. One, okay, the obvious one, the one that we've always known, is when we're out in the wilderness, or if we're out in nature, in the woods, or around a nice stream or whatever, that we consider that being out in nature. And I think that's very important. I think it's of the utmost importance, especially in times like these when very unnatural things are going on. The transhumanist movement, all this transhumanism, all this stuff with artificial intelligence, all this stuff with the cell phone towers. I don't really want to get too much into it, the whole 5G and then possibly even 6G and all that. And then with all the chemicals that are being introduced into our physical paradigm, I suppose, it's very, very unnatural, right? And it's like, well, okay, let's look at let's break it down like this. Because I talk about our true nature a lot. And our true nature, like your true self, the true version, the purest version of yourself, your true nature is your higher self, the self, the version of you that is on the outside of this realm and is jacked into here via the pineal gland for the purpose of, so that it can be, so they can interact, so they can make use of this avatar. And then through the five senses, it's able to collect data and collect light and just, have this experience. Okay. But your true nature, your true self is on the outside of this. And as an aside, I would venture to say that we may not even be human on the outside. Maybe that's part of this experience, is to learn to be human. And that's maybe that may not be an angle you've ever even thought of before, because we focus so hard on our humanness. And please understand, dear loved one, I'm not poo-pooing our humanness at all, because that's the other nature. That's the other part of our nature, is that this avatar, even though it's not our true self, it is our self in this. And I'm reminded of in the Kybalion, when it says to not be among the half-wise. The half-wise are those who, they understand the unreality of reality. They understand that none of this really is real. They understand that it is all illusory. Like the Vedics say, it's the Maya, the illusion of reality. And how you really are just mind. We are just in a field of mind, and you are immersed into this illusion so that you can then have an experience. And my experience and your experience are overlapping and intertwining and things like that. However, as the Kybalion talks about, don't be among the half-wise. Understand the unreality of it, but treat it, respect it as though it is real while you are immersed in this reality. While we're immersed in this realm. While we're here, it is real. While you do not want to make the mistake of being like, doesn't matter. None of this is real anyway. And yes, I do joke about that. I do it all the time. Anytime something crazy happens or whatever, I'm like, whatever. It doesn't matter. None of this is real anyway. Dear loved one, I'm just joking when I do that. It's, haha, that's funny. You know what else is funny? If you were to hit the like button, that'd be great. If you would hit the like button, I would so appreciate that. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, come on, please do that. I would really appreciate it. And also, maybe even share this video with somebody. And the other little way we can jog the algorithm is to comment. Let me know what you're thinking, or at least tell me hi. that would be fantastic too. I would really appreciate it, dear loved one. Really. So anyway, getting back to this, like staying natural is resisting the whole transhumanism movement. Like they're trying to integrate man and machine, trying to integrate machinery and even little nanobots and all that stuff. And it's speculated that they have attempted to do that through vaccines and things like that. Maybe. I mean, and I'm not one of those people that poo-poos people who have received those jabs. Okay. I'm not. If you are one of those, it's okay. It doesn't make you a bad person, because there's a lot of people out there that are like, if you're vaxxed, you're screwed. And I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not, because that's just that avatar. That's not your true version of self, right? So I'm not one of those people. But anyway, however, I have often referred to us as organic intelligence. Like there is artificial intelligence. And I even refer to the Archons, or the negative influences in this world, as being artificial, because they do not come from the source. They do not come from the universal consciousness. And I know that there are some who would argue with me on that, because, and they would have good point. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not going to say you don't, but I just don't feel like I feel like they are part of this realm. They are staying in this realm. They have no means of getting out of this realm. That's why it's imperative to them to keep us tricked into believing that we are stuck here, or tricking us into cycling back through via karma or whatever. But that's why that's why I think that they are definitely not from universal consciousness, because they're stuck here. They are part of this realm. We are not. We will be making our exit, and I believe soon, dear loved one. But that makes them artificial, because they do not come from the original source. So that makes them an artificial intelligence. You being an organic intelligence, because you come from the source. So it's important to not allow ourselves to become anchored into this realm, even through our avatars, by becoming artificial, by becoming anchored into it, by being vested in it. Does that make sense? I hope it does. By not being vested in it, by not buying into the, say, transhumanism, for example, the merging of man and machine, that kind of thing. I had mentioned also in a recent video how there is with the Looking Glass project, and how in 2012 there was a convergence of timelines. How it's like when our cycle began, as choices were made, different timelines would split apart. But now that we've gotten to 2012 and beyond, they all have now bottlenecked into one, which would explain, by the way, Mandela effects, because in these ones it may have been Luke, I am your father, and in these ones it might have been no, I am your father. But since they have bottlenecked and came together, now it's like it's both. And some of us are like, no, it's never been that. It's always been this. Where other people are like, no, it's always been that. It's never been this. Anyway, just kind of an aha, I guess. So there's that. But I just want to encourage you to explore the meaning of the word nature, in that we do have our true nature, our higher self, our self that's on the outside of this, that does not experience polarity, that does not experience mortality, that sees everything that sees everything as just one big thing. It's in a state of being, right? It's when you are zoomed out from it and you're looking in, and all you see is one big thing. It's like there's no good, there's no bad, there's no up, there's no down, there's no past, present, future. It just is. It's a pure state of just being, or just is. An isness, right? Dear loved one, it's an isness. It's the isness of being. Yes. So anyway, dear loved one, Yes, I want to encourage you to do that, but we do need to get out into nature. Our avatar is part of this realm, right? So get out into nature, listen to the water running, listen to the birds singing and the rustling of the leaves in the trees, and it'll get you grounded in. So anyway, dear loved one, that's what I got. Please hit the like button. I would appreciate it. And if you have not yet subscribed, that'd be great too. But besides that, I love you, and I will be back directly.